Ever feel like payday is just a distant dream? We've all been there. You work hard, put in the hours, but that actual paycheck seems miles away. Bills pile up, unexpected expenses pop up, and suddenly you're staring down a long stretch until your next official payday. Well, what if I told you there might be a way to access some of your earned wages before the official payday rolls around? That's the idea behind services like DailyPay. But with any financial tool, there are always questions. In today's video, we're diving deep into one of the most important questions about DailyPay. What are the limits? Now, before we jump into the nitty-gritty of numbers, let's take a quick step back. For those of you who haven't heard of DailyPay, it's a financial service that allows you to access a portion of your earned wages before your scheduled payday. Essentially, it's like getting an advance on the money you've already worked for. Sounds pretty handy, right? Well, it can be. But like any financial tool, it's important to understand the ins and outs before you jump in. So, back to the question at hand, DailyPay limits. Here's the thing, DailyPay limits aren't a one-size-fits-all situation. The amount you can access actually depends on a few different factors. Let's break those down. Your employer, believe it or not, your employer actually plays a role in this. DailyPay partners with businesses to offer this service. So, some employers might have set limits in place for how much of your wages you can access through DailyPay. Your pay cycle, how often you get paid, can also affect your limit. DailyPay typically works best with bi-weekly pay cycles, but it can also work with weekly or even monthly cycles. However, the limits might be adjusted based on that cycle. Your earnings. This one might seem obvious, but the more you earn, the more you'll likely be able to access through DailyPay. There's usually a minimum amount you need to have earned before you can use the service, and the overall limit will likely be a percentage of your wages. Your spending history. DailyPay might take a look at your past use of the service to determine your current limit. Responsible users who pay back advances on time might be granted higher limits over time. Alright, so we've established that DailyPay limits aren't set in stone. But here's the good news. DailyPay is usually pretty transparent about these limits. Check your employer's policy. Many businesses will have information about DailyPay on their internal portal or through HR. This is a great first stop to get a general idea of any limitations set by your employer. The DailyPay app. Once you're signed up for DailyPay, the app itself will usually display your available limit clearly. It might even show you a breakdown of how that limit is calculated. Now, you might be wondering, what are these limits typically like? Well, without access to your specific employer's plan, it's tough to give a definitive answer. However, from what users report online, DailyPay limits often fall somewhere in the range of 50% to 80% of your earned wages for the current pay period. Here's the key takeaway. Don't expect to access your entire paycheck before payday. DailyPay is meant to be a safety net, a way to bridge the gap between paychecks for unexpected needs, not a way to live paycheck to paycheck in advance. Important side note, DailyPay does charge a small fee for its service. This fee can vary depending on how much you access, but it's usually a flat fee or a percentage of the amount transferred. Before using DailyPay, make sure you understand the fee structure and factor that into your decision. So, there you have it. DailyPay limits explained. Remember, it's all about understanding your specific situation and using DailyPay responsibly. It can be a helpful tool, but it's not a magic money machine. With that said, thanks for watching, and until next time.